Welcome to episode 11 of the Empowered Living podcast, where we dive into the transformative power of authentic leadership. So, the next few weeks, we'll be discussing the theme of leadership and influence. I'm your host, Dr. Sophia Khousadian, an educator and life coach dedicated to helping you unlock your full potential and lead a more empowered life. In this episode, we will explore the essence of authentic leadership and uncover what it truly means to lead with authenticity. Authentic leadership is more than just a buzzword. It's a philosophy that emphasizes transparency, integrity, and genuine commitment to serving others. Today, we'll discuss the core principles that define authentic leadership, the critical role of emotional intelligence, and the ongoing journey of building and sustaining trust within your team. We'll start by breaking down the fundamental elements that make authentic leaders stand out, what sets them apart, and how do they cultivate a leadership style that is both effective and true to their values? We'll dive into these questions, providing you with insights and practical strategies to develop your own authentic leadership skills. Next, we'll explore the role of emotional intelligence in authentic leadership. How can understanding and managing your emotions enhance your ability to lead with empathy and integrity? We'll discuss the key components of emotional intelligence and share actionable tips to help you develop these essential skill sets. Finally, we'll address the importance of trust in leadership. Building and maintaining trust is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous effort. We'll offer strategies for fostering trust within your team, repairing it when it's broken, and sustaining it over long term. Throughout this episode, we'll share real-world examples and case studies of leaders who have successfully embodied authentic leadership. By the end of our discussion, you'll have a deeper understanding of what it takes to lead authentically and the profound impact it can have on your organization and personal life as well. So let's get started on this journey to uncover the essence of authentic leadership. Whether you're an aspiring leader, a seasoned executive, or simply looking to improve your leadership skills, this episode is packed with valuable insights and practical advice to help you lead with authenticity and integrity. Stay tuned and let's dive into the heart of authentic leadership. Episode 11, The Essence of Authentic Leadership. So some core principles. Authentic leadership is a grounded in commitment to transparency, integrity, and ethical behavior. These leaders are guided by a strong moral compass and remain true to their values and beliefs in all situations. This approach builds a foundation of trust and respect, as team members can rely on their leaders to act consistently and honorably. So the key elements being transparency, translation being open and honest communication about decisions, intentions, and expectations. Integrity, upholding strong moral principles and being honest and fair in all dealings. And ethical behavior, making decisions and taking action that are morally and ethically sound, prioritizing the greater good over personal gain. So, what are the characteristics of authentic leaders? Authentic leaders possess a blend of personal and interpersonal qualities that can make them effective and trustworthy. These traits enable them to build strong, meaningful relationships with their team members. So, first and foremost, the essential traits being self-awareness, understanding your own strength, your weaknesses, your emotions and values, and how they affect others. Sincerity, being genuine and truthful in all interactions, avoiding any pretense or deceit, plays a major role. Empathy, demonstrating an understanding and appreciation of others' perspectives and feelings. And consistency, maintaining a reliable and predictable behavior which fosters a stable environment. Authentic leadership has a profound impact on organizational culture. It creates a positive environment where employees feel valued, respected, and motivated to contribute their best efforts. So, for positive impacts, we look at higher employee engagement. Employees are more likely to be engaged and committed when they trust their leaders. There's also better team cohesion. Authentic leaders build strong, cohesive teams that through mutual respect and open communication. And of course, increased productivity. A supportive and transparent work environment boosts morale and productivity as employees feel more connected to their work and organization goals as well. So, something you might ask yourself is what distinguishes authentic leaders from other types of leaders? Well, authentic leaders stand out due to their unwavering adherence to their core values and ethical principles. So, unlike other leadership styles, they may prioritize results over integrity. Authentic leaders ensure their actions are always aligned with their beliefs. So this consistency fosters deep trust and respect, setting them apart from leaders who may rely on manipulation or superficial charm. And how can leaders cultivate authenticity in their leadership style? Well, cultivating authenticity involves a continuous process of self-reflection and personal development. So leaders can engage in self-reflection, regularly assessing their values, beliefs, and actions to ensure alignment, which is why oftentimes you see leaders having their own mentors and someone that they can talk to and seek feedback. Seeking feedback being one, encouraging and acting on feedback from colleagues and team members to gain different perspectives, practicing transparency. So, being open about their intentions and decisions, fostering an environment of trust, and demonstrating empathy. So, actively listening and responding to the needs and concerns of their team members. Now, can authenticity be developed or is it an innate quality? It can be developed through intentional practices and self improvement. So, while some individuals may have that natural inclination towards authenticity, anyone can cultivate these qualities. And you can do it by commitment to your personal growth. So, continuously striving to improve self awareness and emotional intelligence, learning and adaptation, being open to learning from experiences and adapting behaviors to align with authentic values, and consistent practice. So, regularly practicing the core principles of authenticity in all aspects of life and leadership. Now, what's the role of EI? We talk about EI quite often. So, understanding what it is. It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions while also recognizing and understanding and influencing the emotions of others. It is a crucial component of authentic leadership, encompassing many different several elements. First and foremost, self-awareness. We talked about emotional intelligence and the connection to self-awareness, recognizing one's emotions and their impact on thoughts and behaviors. This involves being conscious of one's strengths and weaknesses. And self-regulation, managing emotions healthy and constructively. And this includes controlling impulsive feelings and behaviors, managing stress, and adapting to changing circumstances as well. Motivation, so being driven to achieve for the sake of accomplishment. So this involves a passion for work that goes beyond money and status, with it's where you want to pursue your goals with energy and persistence. And then there's empathy, understanding the emotions of others. And this allows leaders to connect with their team members, considering their feelings and decision-making processes. And social skills, managing relationships to move forward with people in desired directions. And this includes effective communication, conflict resolution, and fostering a positive team environment. So, what are the benefits of high EI in leadership? Well, leaders with high EI can better navigate complexities of leadership roles, leading to many different benefits. So, the first and foremost being handling stress. Someone with high EI helps leaders manage stress effectively, maintaining composure and making sure that you have a clear decisions under pressure. And then there's resolving conflicts. So, emotionally intelligent leaders can meditate um, or mediate, conflicts by understanding the emotions and perspectives of these involved, leading to more effective and harmonious resolutions. And then there's building strong relationships. So leaders with high EI foster stronger relationships with team members based on trust, respect, and understanding. This enhances that team cohesion and collaboration. And creating a positive work environment. So leaders with high EI cultivate a supportive and positive work culture, boosting morale and productivity. They can adapt at recognizing and addressing team members' emotional needs as well. So how do we develop EI? It can be developed through intentional practices and continuous self-improvement. First, foremost, being mindfulness practices. Mindfulness meditation and other mindfulness exercises help leaders become more aware of their emotions and develop better emotional regulation. Then there's seeking that feedback. So, regularly seeking feedback from colleagues, mentors, team members would have valuable insights about how one is perceived in areas of improvement. Reflective practices. Engaging in reflective practices such as journaling or self assessment helps leaders understand their emotional responses and they learn from their experiences. And then you could do EI training. So, participating in workshops or training programs focused on building EI skills can provide practical tools and techniques for improvement. So, how does EI contribute to authentic leadership? Well, It's that fundamental to authentic leadership as it enables leaders to connect deeply with their team members, understanding their needs and emotions, and they lead with empathy and integrity. So EI helps leaders navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, build trust, and create a supportive work environment. So authentic leaders use their emotional intelligence to foster open communication, making ethically sound decisions, and inspire their teams by being genuine and relatable. What are effective ways? We kind of discussed this where we talk about mindfulness practices, seeking the feedback, reflective practices, training, or just like that, those daily movements that you make, take a step back and reflect to see how you would have responded versus how you could respond. Samples of leaders of that have incorporated EI into their leadership style. We talk about the CEO of Microsoft. It's known for his empathetic leadership style and focus on cultivating a growth mindset with Microsoft. His high emotional intelligence has been credited with transforming Microsoft's culture, making it more collaborative and innovative. Then we talk about Oprah. She has a leadership style which is characterized by her deep empathy and ability to connect with people on an emotional level. So her high EI has enabled her to build strong relationships and create a loyal following. And the former CEO of Starbucks, he had demonstrated high emotional intelligence through his commitment to employee welfare and creating a positive company culture. So his focus on empathy and social responsibility has been central to Starbucks' success as well. Now let's talk about building trust and sustaining this trust. Trust forms that bedrock of effective leadership, and it's established through consistent actions, transparency, communication, and demonstrating reliability. Authentic leaders prioritize honesty and integrity in all their actions, which helps to cultivate a culture of trust. The key elements here being consistent actions. So, leaders who act consistently and predictably earn the trust of their teams. Consistency in behavior and decision making assures team members that their leader is reliable and dependable. Open communication. So, honest and open communication fosters trust by ensuring that team members are well informed and feel included in the decision making process. And then demonstrating reliability. Reliable leaders follow through on their commitments, which reinforces their credibility and trustworthiness. And communication strategies. So, effective communication, it's important in all relationships across the board. It's vital for building and maintaining trust. So it involves actively listening to team members, being open to feedback, and sharing information openly and honestly. So we look at active listening. Leaders should focus on truly hearing and understanding their team members' perspectives without interrupting or judging. Openness to feedback. Encouraging and valuing feedback helps leaders understand the needs and concerns of their team and makes necessary adjustments as well. Then there's transparency. So sharing information openly, including the rationale behind decisions, helps to build trust and ensure everyone is on the same page. And then there's approachability. So being approachable and accessible allows team members to feel comfortable discussing their ideas and concerns with their leaders. So how do we maintain trust over time? So trust it's an ongoing process that requires that continuous effort. Leaders must be consistent in their actions and decisions, admit their mistakes, and that's completely fine. Take responsibility for your actions. So consistency in actions and decisions when you act in line with your values and promises, ensuring that your behavior remains predictable and trustworthy. Admitting mistakes, acknowledging errors, and showing a willingness to learn from them demonstrates humility and fosters a culture of trust and growth. And taking responsibility. So, leaders should take ownership of their actions and decisions, holding themselves accountable and setting an example for their team. Now, how do we develop trust with your teams? You do regular check ins. So, conduct frequent one on ones and team meetings to stay connected with team members and address any issues promptly. So, creating safe spaces for dialogue, foster an environment where team members feel safe to express their thoughts and concerns without fear of judgment or any form of reaction. And recognizing contributions. So, acknowledgement and celebrating the efforts and achievements of your team members to show your appreciation and reinforcement of their value to the team. Now, handling trust breakdown. So, if something happens where it wasn't as expected, where you may have broken the team's trust in some way or form, Sincere apology. So when trust is broken, leaders should offer genuine apologies and acknowledge the impact of their actions on the team. Transparent actions. Clearly communicate the steps being taken to address and rectify the issue, ensuring that the actions align with your words, and demonstrating change over time. So, consistently exhibit changed behavior to rebuild your trust gradually, showing a commitment to improvement and growth. Now, prime examples of these: a CEO who rebuilds trust after a major company setback by holding meetings, discussing challenges involving employees in recovery plans, and so forth. A team leader who, if you have a failed project due to your oversight, apologize to the team, implement new strategies to prevent future issues, and this honesty and proactive approach can lead to regained trust and more resilient team. Now, we look at reliable actions in our consistency here. So, because it plays a major role, and leaders who consistently follow through on their promises and commitments build a reputation for reliability. And then predictable behavior. Consistency in actions and decisions helps team members know what to expect, reducing uncertainty and building trust. Transparency. We have open communication, which is shared information openly, including the reasons behind decisions, fosters a culture of honesty. And visibility. Leaders who are visible and approachable encourage open dialogue and trust. Integrity. Ethical behavior and accountability play a role here. So, ethical behavior, acting with integrity and adhering to moral principles, builds respect and trust. And accountability, taking responsibility for actions and decisions, especially when mistakes are made, they demonstrate honesty and reliability. And then we have empathy, understanding your needs. Leaders who show genuine concern for their team members' well being build deeper connections. And active listening, paying attention to team members' concerns and addressing them thoughtfully fosters trust. And of course, competence, skill and knowledge, demonstrating expertise and capability in one's role. It instills that confidence in team members and effective decision making. So, making informed and well considered decisions shows leadership competence here as well. Now, how can leaders repair that trust we mentioned? I'll go through the list one more time. Acknowledge the issue, so admit your mistakes and understand the impact that it has made. Offer sincere apology, express regret, and take your responsibility for those actions. Communicate transparently. So explain your actions, provide a clear explanation of what you went wrong and why, and show transparency. And outline steps. So share those specific steps being taken to address the issue and prevent future occurrences. Demonstrate change, so consistent actions, and seek feedback. See whether or not these steps that are being taken are effective and show a willingness to improvement. And build relationships. The one-on-one engagement, engage in individual conversations to rebuild personal trust and address specific concerns. Team involvement, so involve the team in the process of rebuilding trust, fostering a sense of collective effort and commitment. Now, why is maintaining trust an ongoing process, and what are some best practices for sustaining it? Well, there's that dynamic nature of trust, so continual interaction. So, trust is built and reinforced through every interaction, making it a dynamic and ongoing process. Evolving situations where, as circumstances and challenges change, leaders must continuously prove their reliability and integrity. And then consistent behavior, those regular check-ins, that we do, and the follow through. Always follow through on promises and commitments to maintain reliability. Open and honest communication, those transparent updates that we talked about, and the two-way dialogue. So encourage and facilitate open communication, ensuring that team members feel heard and valued. And recognize and address issues promptly. So early intervention, address potential trust issues early before they start to escalate. And be open to feedback. So actively seek and act on feedback to continuously improve and address any concerns. And last but not least, demonstrate ethical leadership. So lead by example, consistently demonstrate ethical behavior and integrity in all actions, and foster a trust culture. So promote a culture of trust within the organization by encouraging ethical behavior and mutual respect among all team members. Now, as we wrap up episode 11 of the Empowered Living podcast, I hope you've gained valuable insights into the essence of authentic leadership. This could be in the workplace, it could be in your personal life, it could be day-to-day actions. So it's clear that leading with authenticity is not only about adhering to ethical principles, but also about fostering a deep connection with your team through transparency, empathy, and emotional intelligence. We discussed the core principles that define authentic leadership, highlighting the importance of consistency, integrity, and open communication. By embracing these qualities, you can create a work environment that inspires trust and mutual respect, leading to higher engagement and productivity. We also explored the crucial role of emotional intelligence in authentic leadership. So, by developing self awareness, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, you can navigate the complexities of leadership with grace and resilience. Remember, EI is a skill that can be cultivated through mindful practices, seeking feedback, and continuous self reflection. Finally, we discussed and dived into the ongoing process of building and sustaining trust. Trust is that cornerstone of effective leadership, and maintaining it requires consistent actions, transparent communication, and a commitment to ethical behaviors. So, when trust is broken, it can be repaired through sincere apologies, transparent actions, and demonstrated change over time. Thank you for joining me on this journey to understand and embody authentic leadership. I hope the strategies and examples shared today will empower you to lead with greater authenticity and integrity, making a positive impact on your organization and those around you. If you found this episode helpful, share it with your network, and your feedback helps us to continue. So let me know if you'd like to hear about certain topics. Don't forget to subscribe to the Empowered Living podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time, I'm Dr. Sophia Khousadian, reminding you to lead with authenticity, embrace your true self, and empower those around you. Stay empowered and keep leading with heart and purpose.